Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. I kind of have a haul of these coloring books. These are all by Sonia Rai, and that's Sonia, and then Rai. I've done a number of flip-throughs of their books in the past, which are all in my flip-throughs playlist. But because, you really can't do, well, these here, color by number books you can, but these types of books you can't really do flip-throughs of because you can't really see what the pictures are, right? So I thought putting them all together in one video would be better. So let's take a look at Easter. Now there are two of these books and the covers look very different. It does say black edition, which I didn't notice when I purchased it, and it doesn't say white edition. But FYI, these books are exactly the same. If you look at the first picture, it says Happy Easter Day and Happy Easter Day. That's not the first one there. No, that's not the first one. It says Happy Easter Day on a lot of them. I think that's the first one, yeah. So you can see that they are the exact same picture. I only looked at the first one. And she always has the dark gray and then the light gray, which, or I should say they, I think it's a company. So then the darker gray and the lighter gray. That's with the white background, so I'm assuming, yeah. Now, the darker gray just has darker numbers, and I know some people like the lighter gray numbers so that they don't show through so much when you're done coloring it. But yeah, just FYI, these books are the same. Let me see. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to look through the black edition just because I like that version better. I always like the black backgrounds better, so I think I'm going to return the white background version. All right, we have the Create Your Own palette, so you can match up your colors, which is on the back cover. So they have a standard 22 color palette. Now I believe it is this company, was it Sonia Rai, that had matched, was the same color palette exactly as Sun Life Drawing. They no longer have the exact same palette. It is mixed up. I don't know if the colors themselves are the same. I guess I never compared that. They're very similar. Beige, I think, is what Sun Life Drawing switched. Otherwise, that one might have a different name. I think the rest of them look very similar, but not real sure on that. But here we have some images from inside the book. They're so cute. All right, so let's look at the pictures. So here is the title page. Again, you can color in very large circles. Match up your colors. They always have a table of contents. Now, all it states is Easter 1 black numbers and then Easter 1 gray numbers. So it really doesn't tell you much anything else. Here we have Easter 21, and then the page number. So to me, the table of contents really doesn't do you any good. So then we get to the pictures. All of their books are also on Amazon paper. They are single-sided with black on the reverse. We have the standard color palette over here, and they do only list the colors that are used in the picture. So here is the first Easter one, black numbers, and then gray numbers. Now, is number 1, yeah, 1 is black, so they don't use, of course, black in here. Most of the other colors are used. Okay, for this one, 12 isn't. So yeah, they must list only the colors used. I love it when companies do that. So I am only going to show one version of each picture. We have Easter Bunny's butt. Cute Easter egg. By the cross, the true meaning of Easter, right? Happy Easter Day. Bunny with the egg. To me, these black background pictures are just so easy to color, right? If you go out of the line a little bit, doesn't really matter. Of course, the black printing in these books is truly not black, right? It's just a real dark gray, so you may see it a little bit. So I try not to go out of the lines too much. And we have a landscape picture. Oh, isn't it cute? The little heart in between them. Bunny in the watering can. Easter. A lot of Easter coloring books out this year, aren't there? Oh my gosh. I've never seen so many Easter coloring books before. We have the cross. Lots of Easter eggs. So they don't say just Happy Easter. They always say Happy Easter Day. They say just Easter. Some cracked eggs. Easter baskets. I'm assuming all of these eggs are going to be nice and colorful. Sure, when I say they always say Happy Easter Day, now we have Happy Easter. So another landscape one. So it's only 2 landscape pictures. I prefer the portrait over the landscape. To me, having the book upright is just easier to color. When I color this way, the book has a tendency of flopping closed on me. Come on. Easter. So these are pretty easy pictures to color. All right. Asking for a review on Amazon. You can also contact them by email, info@coloringbooks101.com. So the publisher is Coloring Books 101. Every email we receive, we reply it with surprise freebies, coloring pages, activity pages, special offers, etc. Nice. And then we have a blank sheet at the back if you want to match up some colors back there. All right, so the black version and white version of Easter, mosaic, color by number. Then another Easter book that they came out with is Easter Mosaic Squares, color by number. Now these are a little bit bigger than some other of the mosaic coloring books by like Belba Family and such David. Their books are 3 by 3. These are 4 by 4, so they are just a little bit bigger. So front cover, back cover, again with their standard color palette, and again here are some pictures from inside the book. So the book starts out the same. There are 30 mystery pixel art coloring, 30 mystery color art pictures in here. And again, we have black lines and then gray lines. I almost wish they wouldn't do that. I don't know. What's your thoughts? So you can all match up your colors again in the front. Kind of this useless table of contents. And then we get into the pictures themselves. Now, again, you can color these in solid. You know me, I like to do my X's. You can also color them in with dots. And again, color palette that is just used in that particular picture. So again, we have the black lines and the lighter gray lines. Now in this particular book, I think I might actually do the black lines. You know, with doing the X method, it looks like a cross stitch anyhow. To me, using the thicker black lines is easier. I don't think it'll look like you go out of the lines, if you want to call it that, when you're doing that, rather than the gray lines. Even if you were coloring it in solid, I think with the gray lines, it would be harder to color and stay within the lines. So I think I would use the black version of all of these pictures. It does look like we have some landscape. This is a landscape picture. I wish if it was landscape that they would put the color palette landscape also. You'd be easier to read that if you had your book this way. Not that you really can't, you know, read it this way. I just think it would be easier if they had that sideways also. And it would be easier to see that it's landscape. And this one is portraits. So they do have some of each. Here's another landscape. And then a portrait. I wonder if they just switch them out. Yep, landscape, portrait. So they must do, you know, landscape, portrait, at least in the beginning of the book. That's what it looks like. Looks like we have an Easter bunny here. All right, so again, can't do a flip through. But in the back of the book then, after the last picture, we have leave us a review. Again, you can email them at coloringbooks101 with your thoughts on their books, and they will send you some freebies and a blank sheet at the back. All right, now the other type of coloring book that they have out is the regular cross-stitch style coloring books, and you know I love these also. Alice Mills cross-stitch style coloring books are my absolute favorite. But this is the front cover. This one is called Floral Designs, and this is another Easter one. I believe the pictures are different than the other ones. I should quick take a look and just see if the same colors are used in the first picture. So we have black. No, they're not the same. So this book, the cross-stitch style book, is different than the mosaic unless they put the pictures in a different order. I'm not going to go through and compare everyone, but let's go ahead again. Can't do a complete flip through. This is the Easter one. Front cover, back cover, standard color palette. Here are some pictures from inside the book. Oh my gosh, they look adorable. Look at this bunny. All right, so I'm assuming the setup of the book will be identical. Sonia Rai. Okay, oh, it has how to color this book. Each cross stitch contains small dots which show the type of cross stitch symbol it is. Adjacent page contains the color for that symbol. Use your favorite coloring pencil or markers and start coloring slowly. The design will start appearing. So I had shown this in a previous flip through of one of their books. This is very similar to Alice Mills' cross stitch style coloring books. Now their coloring books, however, have a different symbol, very different small symbol in the middle of each of these white squares, or white X's I should say. However, in Sonia Rai books, they are just dots. They're not different symbols. You have, like this one for instance, the dark green, we have a dot down here and a dot up here. Regular green, we have dots just at the bottom. Light green, just dots at the top. To me, this is a little bit more difficult than the Alice Mills cross-stitch style coloring books. I have colored a number of these, however, and once you get going, it's not really that bad. But you have to be more aware and watch a little bit more closer where the dots are. I have made mistakes on the pictures in these books before, but not that big of a deal. And the thing that I like also about the Alice Mills coloring books is you get a sample over, let me zoom you back out. You get a sample on this side down in the left-hand corner of what the completed picture is. So it kind of gives you an idea of where the colors are on the page, and I really like that. You can use it as a reference to where the colors are on here. I do really like that. So again, that makes this a little bit more difficult, but I still do really enjoy these. Now, one other difference, Alice Mills is on that premium black shiny paper that does not bleed much. This is Amazon paper, so if you are coloring with alcohol markers, be aware that the ink is going to spread a lot more on these pictures than in Alice Mills books. Whenever I color out of these kind of books, I always start at the back, work my way forward. Standard color by number books like these. It's not that big of a deal if you're coloring these in with alcohol markers and it bleeds through and covers up this color palette, right? Not that big of a deal. You can still kind of read it. However, when you have these types of books, it's very important that you can see where the dots are, right? So that is why I start at the back of the book, because if you're using alcohol markers and this bleeds through onto the reverse, it's going to be impossible to see where the dots are. Now you could make yourself up a master copy because these are standard throughout all of their books. For instance, black will always have a dot in the upper left. Dark gray will always have a dot in the lower left. So, you know, if you wanted to start from the front or if you wanted to do a picture in the middle, you could make up a master of this. I just thought of that idea and I may do something like that. Especially if I find one of the pictures that uses pretty much all of the colors. Yeah, I may actually do that. To me, it's just easier, though, starting from the back of the book. I'm used to doing that with all the Alice Mills books. But as usual, these books contains black and, oh, this is the black, and then the gray. And to me, there's not a lot of difference. These do have the black dots, whereas these have the gray dots. The gray dots, yeah, it's hard enough to do it with the black dots, so I always use the black dots. Again, I wish they wouldn't put both versions in one book. If anything, offered two versions, because it just makes these books so thick. And if you're like me and your bookshelves, you know, the space is at a premium, the less thick that these books are, the thinner they are, the better. So yeah, I do wish that they would do that. But, so this is the Easter one. Then they do have floral designs. Let me zoom back out a little more. So they have floral designs, which, you know, I love my flowers. So I think this one's going to be fun too. So it is set up the exact same way. The back cover has the standard color palette. Here are some pictures from inside. Oh, they are so pretty. Look at all them gorgeous flowers. So, again, title page, how to color the book, the useless table of contents. Then the first one with the black dots, again, only showing the colors that are needed in this picture, and then the gray dots. At the back of each of their books, asking for a review, you can email them. Again, info@coloringbooks101.com, and they can reply with some surprise freebies. Blank sheet. This one doesn't have a blank sheet. Usually blank sheet at the back. So again, we have a couple of cross-stitch style coloring books, floral designs, and Easter. We have our Easter mosaic squares, color by number, and then the two Easter mosaic coloring books, the black edition and the white edition. So I'm going to leave links to all of these books, all five, down below in the description if you want to go check them out, or maybe check out some of Sonia Rai, their other books once you get over into Amazon. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some new Sonia Rai coloring books. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a terrific day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.